Welcome to day 4. Today, simplify life down to a choice. My philosophy in life, I use this every day. In any given moment, when I bring awareness, I simplify life down to a choice, and it's changed my life. That word, simplify, making life simple. Simple is the soul. The truth is so simple. So simple that the mind gets in the way. Overanalyzes, over-rationalizes, even denies. That's the mind. The soul is a feeling. And if we look at the soul, light, the speed of light, a flash, a gut feeling, an insight, an intuition, all the soul. When you know, you know. And anything that's not your truth is not that feeling. And we can feel energy. We get inclinations. We have doubts, resistance. So anything that's not your truth is the ego. Simplify life down to a choice, ego or soul. Ego edging God out, I love that. Because the soul is God. Co-create with God, the Son of God. God is the soul, soul is God. And if you look at the soul as energy, the spirit, and we use the 3-part being body, mind, soul. The body, the mind, and the soul. Where is the soul? It's energy, it's the spirit. In spirit, inspiration, spirituality, is space, it's essence. That is the soul. So we're always going to try to continue looking through the eyes of the soul. We look through the eyes of this human experience. Life's so much simpler when you go to energy. So, let's use the soul, energy. And where is the soul? Our feelings, inside the body. So let's use our body. Mind out the way. Body, we have the senses. Soul is energy. So, the mind, the words, the stories, the labels, that cannot be a full truth. So let's look at words, the meaning of words. Words used to describe an experience. Feeling inside your body, you then put into words. A lot of the time those words are automated without any thought. It's an instant reaction. We react to moments when mind takes over. So, last time we broke it down, under ego and soul, from feelings, love, which is the soul, and anything that's not your truth is the ego, fear. And we're now going to observe others without judgment, without attachment, without our beliefs or opinions getting in the way. We're there to observe. We're there to understand. So as we go on this journey, each time we go into conversations, we can set a new intention, ego or soul. And we're going to go through just the core once a day, but just bringing awareness to how simple it is. Because the more we observe others, the more teachings we get for ourselves. Everyone that comes in our life, in this lifetime, has come for a reason. A teaching, a lesson, a reminder, a gift. Spiritual being having a human experience with humans, with beings. It's exciting. So ego or soul, fear or love. We looked at the cellular level, inside the body. God is in every cell inside the body. 50 trillion cells inside the body, all unique. And from that cellular level, simplify life down to a choice. Protect or grow, protect or flow. And then we have the words that we speak, the negative and the positive. Before all the words are attached with all the meaning, with that story behind it, break down it to the soul in this moment, now and now and now. All we have is now. So in that now is one word. Now. That's the beauty of the soul. It's now. Anything longer, time, is the mind. So we're always exploring now. And why this is important is because as we go through life, people are entitled to their opinions. People have their own versions, their stories. But with those stories are feelings. Feelings is the truth, feelings is the soul. So we bring awareness. We're in control of every conversation. We have a choice to protect our energy, to change our environment, ego or soul. So we're going to break down, and also to show you how, before that meaning of the word, it leaves, comes into my ear, I make sense of it. Before that, there's so many other things that we can pay attention to. Ego or soul. So a great one to start with. If I was to ask you, ego or soul, and you're talking to a loved one, you put them on mute. You're there to understand. You're there to listen. Listen to the feelings. Be there in that moment. Face expressions. Ego or soul. If you was to have a spectrum of face expressions, what would be neutral? That balance. What would be joy? Happiness. And what would be the ego? Anger, frustration, worry, anxious. There's no lying with the soul. The soul is the truth. So before the words are spoken, we can view with our eyes, our senses. We turn off the noise. We remove meaning, mind. So from face expressions, even if the words sound true, we can still see if people are in ego or soul. And remember, their journey is their journey. Your truth is your truth. And that simplify life down to a choice is when we engage with others, we always are in control. So we always have a choice. A choice to say no. A choice to end. A choice to not even engage. A choice to continue. So bringing awareness of the obvious choices. Yesterday, we saw the automated behaviors, the obvious ones, the day-to-days, soul slaps. So if we flip it now, the choice of the soul. So if you continue and you know your truth, and there's that resistance, that frustration that continues to come your way, it's because you're now not in your truth. Think mirror from the body to the mind. Mind sets the body. So if the mind thinks, yet it doesn't go with that feeling, there's a disconnect. The soul is a truth. There's no lies from the soul. So when we do lie, knowingly, the body responds. is so clear to see. So face expressions. So ego or soul now. The energy from someone else. We can feel the energy. Their soul. And I'd like you to take yourself to a moment you've had engaging. Could be a complete stranger. And you just felt something was not right. Their energy was off. So from energy, your soul is the truth. So anything that's not your truth, where does that start? Before balance. Acceptance from your soul. What do you accept as a truth? Feelings, energy. And bring your awareness to someone with that energy. Negativity, abrupt, rude, from energy. If you was to put them on mute, you blanked everything out, that was the focus. And all you had to answer, ego or soul, you would know. An instant knowing, that's the soul. And I really encourage people, bring awareness. So what else makes a conversation? Ego or soul? So when you listen to the words that come out of people's mouth, and again, there's no judgment here. We don't know where people are on their journeys. We have no clue. But all we know, this could be the start of their journey too. Every day is a new day. Every day there's success for them too. We're here to understand. And someone gave a great analogy on the animal programs, and you get people dedicate their life to understand. So imagine ants, a whole tribe of ants, and you're there as the observer watching how it all works. The queen ant, the workers, the enemies, the territory. You're there to understand. There's no judgment. Or that ant's being horrible. You're there to understand. What's the teaching? So when we're speaking with others and we're watching, we're observing, we're not there to judge. And if we find ourselves in a moment where there is a bit of uncomfort, we do pick up on their energy, we still protect ours. We stand on our truth. Because if you just feel your energy now, you feel inside the body, I ask you, ego or soul? So the soul is truth, it's simple. And under love is peace, is calmness, is clarity. There's no thought required. It's only when someone else says or thinks, no, that can't be. Let me give my opinion. Let me tell you what I believe. That's gone to the mind, but the initial one was the soul, and this is where it keeps coming back to every time. So I'm always on the lookout. I'm on the lookout for ego, because you meet everyone else's ego. Your ego feeds off of their ego. Their ego's trying to feed off of yours. But when you're observing, when you're calm, you learn so much about other people. So we can also look at the engagement. Ego, anything that's not your truth is the ego. Your soul is the truth, so anything that's not your truth is the human experience, mind and body. So when people speak, and if they continue to speak from I, me, or you're this, you need to do that. Ego, we and us. And people are unaware, so again, is to bring attention to it. There's a lack of awareness, which means there's ego. And it's only awareness that changes that. It's only taking our thoughts outside of this human experience to look back in. So when you hear people talk, I, you, ego, The soul is us. So when people are speaking their truth, if they have others in mind, if they talk into their audience, they're engaging with the other. That's the soul. All inclusive, wholeness, always. If it's just one dynamic on that free ego, it's not a truth. So, fear or love. The meaning of words, even before the meaning, the description of words, negative or positive. Positive is the soul. Positivity is flow. It's present to future. The negative is present looking back. Cuts the flow. So bring awareness to the words, that duality, ego or soul, negative or positive. Every word has an opposite, a duality. And the English language is so amazing that every word has a similar word. Positive or negative is still the soul. So many words for the soul. Truth. So we can use the word love, light, brightness, bliss, calmness, joy, serenity, euphoric. All the soul. Who's meant to tell you anything different? That is your soul. So the more we speak positivity, the more we're in our soul. The more words we speak with more awareness, soul. And as we also found out, the silence is the soul. Stillness is the soul. So that choice, choosing to be the soul. So we can break down conversations, body language, movement, ego or soul, fidgeting, itching, scratching, biting. Bring awareness to these behaviors. They're automated, unaware, ego or soul. And by looking out for these things, it brings awareness to you, your truth, your soul. Remember, each person on this journey is a teaching for our truth. And it's amazing because you get to learn so much because you're there to understand, to make sense. That's why people do this. There's similar traits there. We can protect our energy. And by the time it gets to the words, we then can use our power, questioning. We can use our mind to be the conductor, change the flow, to speak from our feelings. So ego or soul. So energy is the soul, and we also said the sense of the body. So our eyes, we're looking at others. We're listening to the sounds of their voice, the clarity, the flow. Now let's use other senses, the smell. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. If you was to create a duality, ego or soul, from smell, full spectrum of smell, where's your balance? What is the ego? What is the truth? Ego or soul? If we was to look at an instrument, a full range of keys, of strings, of notes, ego or soul? The ego is always there, the full experience, all the emotions. And without that experience, without that knowing, how do you know your truth? A limited perspective, limited thoughts, limited opinions, limited beliefs, the limits from the mind. What about our touch? If we removed these senses, the other senses, and you was there to touch, what feels like the soul? Bring awareness to the clothes, the touch from your clothes on the skin. Ego, the uncomfort. The soul, the truth. So can you see every aspect? We can break it down to ego, soul. There's no right or wrong. It's just your truth, and anything that's not that, ego. You find the balance, what you're able to accept. And when you get caught in moments, you then have that choice, that next step, ego or soul. And if we extend on this talk, ego or soul, when we're in our soul, when we speak those words, when we're in flow, when we're being positive, when we got the face expressions, that smile, what's that doing on the inside of your body? A healthy body. Heal thy body. The soul is heal. The flow inside your body. So ego or soul, the influence it has, the inner body, the relationship with others, the power in your own hands. Where's the worry? Where's the confusion? The soul is your feelings, your truth. And the more we stand on the truth, the more we connect with our feelings. It's amazing because life is a spectrum of feelings. Ego or soul. So, ego or soul from feelings. When we bring it to our feelings and we bring awareness to a full range of ego and soul, a full spectrum, every aspect of your life, how you show up, ego or soul. Our thoughts, when we look back, ego or soul. Our future, the limitations, ego. Creation is the soul. What comes next is another choice. That next step. Step in with your soul. Step in with your soul. You and your soul, you and your truth. So I'm going to encourage to write down and have a page which just keeps continuing. The duality of life, ego or soul. What is your gauge? What is your choice? What is your spectrum? And the more awareness you bring, a full spectrum, ego or soul, when things present themselves to you, you're already in control. The surprise element's gone. The awareness has already been there. And I really encourage people, let's now bring awareness to others, to there to understand, to listen like a stone with ears, to break down each part of them. When you're present, you'll be able to do that. You'll hear that voice, that judgment too. You'll notice their energy. You'll be alert to the words because you know a truth now. Anything that's not your truth, you hear it, you notice it, you feel it, you see it, you touch it, you taste it, you smell it. It's just not the truth. And look how simple that is then. Look at the space it creates to do what you want. To continue this experience, to continue to grow, continue to flow, Continue to be positive, continue to thrive, continue to shine, to continue to light up, to ignite, to lift off with your soul. One or the other. Your truth, and anything that's not your truth, that's the ego. Your feelings, your soul, yourself, your sun. See what comes up for you. As you go on this journey, any challenges, any resistance, any decisions, go back, ego or soul. Because when you know it as a truth, that's it. That was your truth. The teachings come after. The meaning comes after. Start with a feeling. Bring awareness. What did you notice in these moments? What did you learn? What caught your attention? Have some fun. Always come back to the soul.